friends, welcome back to Magic TV. My name's Craig. It is 9 o'clock on a Tuesday, which means it's time for Magic News. This is where I take all of the news that's happened over the course of the week and I report it to you every single Tuesday. Now, once again, if you've got any news, please let me know in the comments down below because I would happily share it. But without any further ado, we're going to get straight into it with this week's Magic News. So first of all, I have some sad news to report. Rob Bromley has passed away a couple of days ago, and that is very, very sad. Another broken wand in the Magic community. Who is Rob Bromley? Well, Rob Bromley was responsible for making some of the greatest gimmicks of all time. He worked very, very closely with Peter Nardi. He worked very, very closely with Alakazam Magic, and he was literally responsible for hundreds of gaffs. He was very instrumental in designing and developing my favourite gaff of all time, my favourite utility device of all time, which is the Extractor deck, or the E2, as it's commonly known now. And yeah, I mean, he will be missed. He hasn't been around on the scene as much in the last couple of years for a variety of different reasons that we don't need to get into. But suffice to say, Rob Bromley has cemented his legacy in the Magic industry and unfortunately will be missed. So, yeah, did you know Rob Bromley? I didn't really get a chance to ever meet him. I knew him only by reputation. Obviously, I'm very good friends with Peter Nardi, and I feel like I knew him through Pete, but I don't actually know him myself. But he definitely will be missed in the Magic community. In brighter news, Blackpool hype is starting to reach an all-time high. It's only a couple of weeks left until the Blackpool Magic Convention, and everybody is getting excited about this, and as they should. You know, it's the world's largest Magic convention. No other convention comes even close to Blackpool, and I want to give you a little exclusive here. On Saturday, I have an interview with the three organisers of Blackpool. So Blackpool, obviously, the Blackpool Magic Convention is organised by the Blackpool Magic Club. Fantastic Magic Club. They've got their own headquarters in Blackpool. And I know that every single person in that club works very, very hard behind the scenes in order to make sure that the convention goes ahead. However, the three guys at the top, the three main organisers, are Russ Brown, Russ Stevens, and Guy Barrett. Guy Barrett is probably the number one illusion builder in the UK. He's responsible for about 80% of my Illusion Act. Russ Stevens, we all know Russ Stevens, retired at the top of his game as one of the most respected illusionists in the world today, then went on to consult for big companies, produce shows for various different magicians, instrumental for making Britain's Got Talent what it is today, and really kind of spearheading the resurgence of magic in the UK and on Britain's Got Talent. And then Russ Brown, who is, I would say, the funniest family entertainer in the world today. He knows so much about family entertainment, close-up magic. He's written a book and then some. The owner and founder of the House of Secrets, and I get to spend a lot of time with Russ Brown, obviously, because of Ryland being a resident magician at the House of Secrets. But, by the by, I sat down with all three of them and had a conversation with them, a very frank discussion about what's going to be happening at this year's Blackpool Magic Convention. I tried to get some insider tidbits and get them to spill the beans a little bit, and it's a very interesting interview. That interview is going up on Saturday. It's one of the best interviews I've ever done. Don't miss it. And then hopefully starting the following week, I'm going to be starting my dealer interviews. So if you don't know what that is, if you've missed the previous few years, or maybe if you're new to Magic TV, around about this time, I start doing interviews with Magic dealers, getting them to talk about what is happening at the Blackpool Magic Convention this year, what they're releasing, what goodies they're bringing out. That's one of the big things about Blackpool, getting excited about the hype, getting excited about the new tricks that are coming out. And the best way to find out about all the new tricks is by sitting down and chatting to the people in the know, which are the dealers. Some dealers spend all year working up to this moment, and they release like 5 or 6 new tricks, and that tides them over for the rest of the year. So look out for those interviews, but the interview with Guy and Russ is going up on Saturday, and trust me, it is not an interview that you want to miss. Okay, so in the continuing ongoing saga of Inject by Greg Rustami, it's back down again, and then came back up again, and now it's back down again. Look, if you've been missing the last few episodes of Magic News, every week I seem to be reporting on Inject, and it's up, it's down, it's up, it's down. At time of filming, it's down. It'll probably be up again in the next couple of days. Honestly, I reckon Greg is probably going through the equivalent of 15 heart attacks right now, trying to sort all this. It's not Greg's fault, but it's something that needs to be sorted one way or another. I know a lot of working pros, they rely on Inject for their act. I'm less invested in it because I've never even owned Inject, although I know exactly what it is. A lot of apps use Inject to feed information into their app. So Inject being up and down is a bit of an issue for so many tech producers in the Magic community. But yeah, Inject at the moment is down. Greg seems to get it under control and get it back up again, and then it goes down for another reason. Then it goes back up again, now it goes down. Hopefully we're going to get some stability and some normality back to Inject soon. Like I said, I know that Greg is going to be working behind the scenes to try and get Inject up and running and working once and for all. And I just hope that at some point soon on Magic News, I don't have to report on Inject fluctuating up and down anymore, because to be honest, I'm a little bit done with it. Okay, so Magifest over in Columbus, Ohio is over for another year. Magifest is done, Magifest is finished. And although I wasn't there, I have listened to the reports from various different people, and a lot of people are saying that it was fantastic. A lot of people, as I expected, are raving about Justin Willman's show. If you didn't know, Justin Willman did a show and I brought the house down as far as I'm aware. Now, Andy Gladwin, Joshua J, if you are listening to this Magic News, and I really do hope you are listening to this Magic News, please do whatever you can do to get Justin Willman over to the session convention. I know you can do it. I know you've got the pull. I know you have the pull. Get Justin Willman over to the session next year, because that would be epic. But congratulations to everybody behind the scenes. Congratulations to everybody at Magifest for putting on another excellent convention. Hopefully one year I'll get to go. Hey, you never know. One year I might even get to lecture there. That would be pretty epic. Okay, so let's talk about some new releases that are coming out this year, or coming out at the moment. You know, they've just been released. These are things that I haven't actually looked at to review yet, so I can't give you a full review, but I can tell you about stuff that has just hit the market. And the first one is Stabbed in the Dark by Alex Latore and Penguin Magic. Now, I actually do know about this because I sat down with Alex last year at Blackpool Magic Convention, and I sat down with him when he was having a meeting with Penguin Magic, and he demonstrated this for me, and I have never been more blown away. Basically what happens is it's like a book test, but cool. I mean, there's a lot of book tests out there, right? There's a lot of book tests out there. Some of them are cool, some of them are not so cool. But this one is just amazing. So the whole idea is you have somebody, you bring out a book, you have somebody pick a card. Pick a card? What am I talking about? A card trick. You have somebody pick a page, pick a word, look at a word, all that fun stuff. You bring out a knife. You take the knife, you stab it through the book, and then you go, and you rip through the book, and there's one page that you've stabbed through, and it's the page that they're thinking of. There's a little bit more to it than that, but honestly, if you're looking for something really dramatic and something really different that you can do in your next stage show, then absolutely this is one that you want to go for. I haven't actually seen the tutorial. I will be picking it up. I haven't actually seen anything other than watching Alex perform it, and I thought it was fantastic. So you've got Stabbed in the Dark, Penguin Magic, Alex Latore. That's out now. Also out now, talking about book tests, you've got the Zandman book test. Now, the Zandman book test, there's so many different versions of it. I use the Zandman book test. The Zandman book test is one of my favourite book tests of all time. I've got like 5 or 6 different versions of it. What I love about it is it's got a really cool version of the flashback principle built into it. It's got the a kind of variation of the mother of all book tests built into it. It's got a tossed out book built into it. All of this great stuff is built into it. It's also got a Pegasus page built into it as well. It is a very versatile little book. Well, Josh Zanman has brought out a new version of it called Something Wicked This Way Comes. It's all based on capitalising on the film Wicked that came out recently, based on the play. And yeah, really good idea. I'm probably going to have to get myself another Zanman book now, because that's another one that I'm going to want to buy. But yeah, that's another item that's hit the Magic marketplace in the last couple of days. So we've had the Something Wicked This Way Comes, the Zanman book test. We've had Stabbed in the Dark. There's this other trick that's come out recently called Big Blind. And I know this has been one of the most anticipated tricks that I've bought out in probably the last couple of years. In fact, this has probably been the most anticipated trick that I've bought out since the Quantum deck. And it's basically a prediction of a playing card on the back of 3 poker chips. You bring out 3 poker chips and you put them into the spectator's hand. They think of a playing card, and whatever card they think of is printed on the back of the chips that have been in their hand the whole time. A lot of people have been wanting this. I performed it over and over and over again at the Session Magic Convention. I know Lloyd was performing it at the Session Magic Convention, and this has been 4 years in the making, I'll be honest with you. I'm going to be doing some videos on it coming soon, but it's been 4 years in the making. It's the first trick that I ever went to Murphy's Magic with. We went back and forth on several different prototypes before we got the actual perfect prototypes. And you know, as with a lot of my stuff that comes out, thanks to the Magic Cafe, there's a fair bit of hype, and there's also a fair bit of controversy. And the controversy this time comes with the fact that I decided to use plastic poker chips instead of clay poker chips. And apparently plastic poker chips equal bad quality, according to various people on the Magic Cafe. There's a couple of people that posted on the cafe, and they saw it at Magifest, because some dealers had it at Magifest, and they said that the quality wasn't up to what they thought it would be up to, so they didn't buy it, which is absolutely fine. It's their prerogative. It's their prerogative, but to post on the cafe as well. I disagree, obviously, and that's because, you know, I've done what I always do with a project like this. I've loaded it down with live performances. When you get the project, you're going to see multiple live performances in every environment, in a quiet beer garden, in a bar, in a nightclub, outside, inside. You're going to see me performing it everywhere. And the one common denominator that you'll see over and over again when you watch me perform Big Blind is people lose their mind. They absolutely go crazy every single time I perform this. Why do they go crazy every single time I perform this? It's because it's just a truly unexpected piece of magic. Nobody expects that those cards are going to be marked on the back of the chips. It just never happens. So when you turn the chips over in their hand, or they turn the chips over in their hand, and they realise that they've got their card printed on the back of the chips, it gets a great reaction. And yeah, the chips are plastic. In all honesty with you, there's 2 types of chips that you can have: plastic chips and clay chips. Clay chips are used more in casinos. They're kind of the professional chip. But to be honest, a lot of people have plastic chips. I know when I have been to bars, and, you know, like a local pub has had a poker night, they bring out the plastic chips. Ryland's got a set of chips. I bet you, actually, Ryland loves playing poker. He loves playing poker. Hang on. This is Ryland and Thea's poker set. Ryland and Thea love playing poker. And this is a professional poker set. It's very pink, but it's a professional poker set. And this is what most people at home have as a poker set. We turn it around for you. Here you go. Pink playing cards. You got your little dealer things, but these are the chips that come with it. They're plastic. They're plastic chips. These are plastic chips. They're not clay chips. They're pretty much exactly the same as the Big Blind chips. And that's the point. When you see most people are more, unless they're professional gamblers, more people are more used to seeing plastic chips than they are. Better put that back for Ryland and Thea later on. More people are used to plastic chips than they are clay chips. Now, sometimes clay chips work better. Like when I bought out cheetah chips with Penguin Magic, I went for clay chips. In all honesty, it would have been the same price doing clay chips with Murphy's Magic, but me and Lloyd sat down and we decided that, you know, plastic chips was the way to go for a variety of different reasons. But I don't think the fact that they're made out of plastic makes them look any cheaper, at least that's in my opinion, based on performing this in the real world and not having anybody ever say, hang on a minute, that's not a real chip, that's made out of plastic. Because like I said, most sets of chips that you buy are plastic chips. But I'm going to do a full expose video on this week. I don't know when it's going to be. I am still short-staffed in my office. In fact, I'm even more short-staffed now than I was when I spoke to you last week. It's getting worse. Everyone's getting ill in my office. I'm kind of worried, to be perfectly honest. But I will this week do a expose video so you can see exactly how Big Blind works, because that's what I do, because I want you guys to see what the gimmicks are. I want you to see how it works. I want you to realise that this is great quality and that there's no issues at all, and I will address absolutely everything. But for anybody who's bought Big Blind or has purchased it or owns it already or whatever, I really appreciate it. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. It has been one of the most anticipated tricks that I've brought out to the magic community, and it's also been very, very well received. I know at the session convention, I was performing it all over the session convention. People were so excited. They were like, oh my God, nobody said anything other than, oh my God, I want to buy this. Where can I get it? Can I buy that one off you? I buy that one now. Please let me buy it. Like, it was that sort of thing, right? That's kind of as a creator when you know you're onto a winner, when everybody's literally trying to buy the one and only set that's in existence off you and won't wait for it to come out. But it is out now. Supplies are actually quite limited, but they're still available at the moment. So there you go. That's Big Blind. It's out now. Look out for more videos on Magic TV where I'm actually going to be talking through exactly how Big Blind works. Okay, not that much news this week. I think I've pretty much covered everything. The one more thing that I will say is I'm excited to announce, and I kind of mentioned this on my Facebook page recently, but Matt Wright and myself are going to be bringing 2 tricks out at Blackpool this year at the Blackpool Magic Convention. They're going to be coming out at Blackpool on the Marvellous Effects stand. 2 tricks by me and Matt. Now, the first one is called the Stick Up, and the second one is called the Prestige. 2 tricks that me and Matt have been working on for the last year. I will tell you more about them as we get closer to release dates. But in essence, what the Stick Up is a utility device that you can use yourself to do unbelievable card magic with. You can make really complicated sleight of hand card magic, almost self-working, to be perfectly honest. And there's a metric ton of routines on that on that project, like just a ridiculous amount. And then the Prestige is mine and Matt's take on a classic of magic. Both me and Matt got into magic, and there was one particular trick that we both did over and over again when we first got into magic. And what we've done is we've taken that trick, we've updated it, we've completely changed it, and we've made it the ultimate everyday carry. If you're excited, then you should be, because me and Matt, right, working together, oh my God, I'm so excited. Can't wait for you to see the trailers and the stuff that we've got lined up. It's going to be amazing. We'll talk about that a little bit more as we get to Blackpool. But yeah, look out for me and Matt Wright. We're going to be working together on a couple of projects that are going to be hitting the Blackpool Magic Convention 2025. So that's it, guys. No more magic news this week. I want to say thank you so much for joining me. Hopefully, I'll be back with another mat test this week. We are going to be rocking and rolling with a mat test. Like I said, we're kind of down on numbers in my office a little bit, but we are going to be trying to pump out a mat test later on this week. So look out for that. Other than that, don't forget, I'll be back next Tuesday with another magic news. I'll be back tomorrow with the Craig and Myler review show, and I'm going to have a load of other content going out on this channel as well. Until then, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you join the Netrix if you haven't already done so. It's my online streaming platform for magicians, and you can access it immediately and see what all the fuss is about. Outside of that, I'll see you again soon. My name's Craig, and this is Magic TV.